Hey, YouTube. I think I'm on. Checking out. All right. I saw I got a few viewers already. Thanks, guys. That means a lot to me. Yeah. Hey, world out there. It's Friday night. Anybody watching this should not be in prison. That doesn't mean you're on your way, but you might be watching this on a cell phone in prison. You need to hide that. No, it's Friday night. Friday night prisons are a lot goes on, guys. All the levels. But anyways, yeah, guys, I haven't made a video all week because I got a job now. I've been working, so I'm hoping I get a bunch of questions tonight, and I've got a lot of phone calls this week. I did have time to answer the phone and return emails, return texts, talk to a lot of you guys going through pretrial, and I hope I was of some help. I do need to apologize. Oh, I do need to apologize. I had something wrong in a couple of my videos, guys. So I can admit when I was wrong. I've been telling people when you self-surrender not to bring money with you. So I was wrong. You can bring money with you. I was told when I went in not to. But four of my buddies that I did time with all called me up. Sean, you got it wrong. I went in with $500. I went in there with $1,000. And I even had a guy call the prison and ask if he could bring money, and they said, yes, you can. So, guys, you could bring money with you when you're self-surrender. So I have no problem admitting when I was wrong. Just something I was told. I wired myself money like at 8 o'clock in the morning. It was Western Union, so when I got there, it was good. But I was told, I want to say our dad Dan told me not to bring cash, but I don't want to point the finger at him. And by the way, RDAP Dan, where are you at? It's 2-3 months now. You're missing in action. People miss you, RDAP Dan. Even though I talk, these prison consultants out there, I say save your money and give it to your family. But RDAP Dan is one of the good guys. If you can afford it, hire RDAP Dan. Stay away from Justin Paperny. Justin, take your money. Just had a conversation with a guy on the phone the other day about him. Guy wanted to meet him for coffee and wanted a $10,000 fee. He lived like 10 minutes away from him. Justin, take your money. You guys, if you guys got money out there, man, use it for your family. Try not to hire a fancy lawyer when it comes to the feds. Use the public defenders that the federal government gives you. They work really hard. They really do. If you have a state case, yeah, by all means, hire a lawyer. I mean, in a state case, you want lawyers. The feds, there's guidelines. There's only so much they can do. And the federal appointed lawyers, they usually give you a real lawyer anyways. And they don't have big caseloads like a state lawyer does. The federal, your public pretenders in the state, they got 300 guys on their caseload, not in the feds. So save your money, give it to your family. Hey, Matthew, what's going on? Matthew says, what are you doing for work? Check it out, man. You know how I always say when you stay away from them cell phones when you're in the prison camp? Well, the Obama phones? So I'm signing people up for free cell phones. Yeah, I just started a couple weeks ago. I used to work for this company when I was in the halfway house, believe it or not. But it was in the Tenderloin, which is like a really bad neighborhood. And the guy put a knife to my face and took my phones and stole them. And I was set up right in front of the halfway house with my little tent and my phones. And the halfway house said, no, they saw me get robbed, and somebody called the cops. And, the halfway house said, you got to quit this job. You can't work for this company no more. But I have reconnected. So I've been going down to homeless shelters and food banks and stuff like that. I got a couple little spots. I've been networking, been on the phones, calling up people home. I got a guy that works at a homeless shelter. He's been there for 10 years. He knew me from recovery. I got all these people in the recovery world, and I've even been homeless once upon a time, and I worked for a homeless shelter once. Anyways, I got some connections. So they're hooking me up with spots here and there. They give me my own table, my own little booth. I get $30 for every phone that I sign up. So it's not a bad deal. I'm just getting started. Just getting started. I did 7 phones yesterday. That's $210. There was a technical problem today. The computers went down, and Anyways, then I got more phones that came UPS. They're 4G. They're unlimited data. They got like 3 little cameras on the back. They're really good. But that's what I've been doing, guys. So I'm still going to do these videos once or twice a week. I'm going to keep doing this Friday Night Live thing because that works. And I got some more videos I want to put out. And, so I'm going to do both. And if the channel, if this channel gets bigger and bigger and bigger, man, I'll quit the day job. You know, Larry Lawton, he got a million viewers. I know that guy's making 20 grand a month at least on YouTube, just on the commercials. If I ever got that big, yeah, I would not work for a living. But I got rent to pay, guys. Hey, Vince, what's going on? Congrats on the job, Sean. You're welcome, Vince. You're welcome. So I hope you guys got some questions tonight. I've been talking to a lot of people that are. Oops. Sorry, that was my alarm to tell me to get on the YouTube channel. It's running late. Anyways, where was I? I get sidetracked. I'm getting old, guys. But I'm in California. They're taking off the mask finally. Californians, they'll never take off their true mask. That's inside joke. But it's nice out there. It's hot today. It's in the 90s out here. Really hot out here. So it's nice to be free. Finally, I get out of prison. The whole world goes on lockdown. Finally, we got yard. Now the whole world wants to walk the track. It's busy out there. It's busy out there. So yeah, I just talked to a guy tonight. He's turning himself into Morgantown. Want to know what he thought he might be going to low, and then we looked it up on POP. They don't have a low. They got a satellite camp. It's called a minimum security satellite camp with a detention center. That's a federal county jail. And I said, no, you're going to the camp. And hey, Matt, what's going on? Matt said, I saw you were released. I saw you were released 2 days before Christmas. Quite the Christmas gift. Yeah, I was released out of the halfway house, not out of jail, out of prison. But that was still because the halfway house, it's strict, man. You can go to work during the day, but you got to come right home. You're 5 minutes late, they send you back to prison. The halfway houses, they're really, really strict. They're not bad, but it's kind of like a work furlough jail. Troy, how you doing, Troy? I was a guard at FCI, Safford, Arizona. Ever heard of that? I have heard of that. Witness Protection Program Yard. There was a guy there supposed to testify against Noriega. What happened to him? I guess he never made it to the testimony. Did he ever make it there? Yeah, I've heard of FCI. I've heard of that one. I know there's a Florence in Arizona too, and my stupid some attorney thought that's where I was going. But so you was a guard. Aren't you called correctional officers now? But I mean, I get it, man. I got nothing but respect for your jobs, guys. I come from my prison background is in a camp. We have no fences and we're kind of nonviolent people. So I know a lot of prison guards, though, they go to work fearing for their life, not knowing if they're going home to their wife that night, watching over their shoulder. These inmates in the penitentiaries, they got nothing but time and they plot and they plot and they plot and they try to manipulate the guards and they want this and they want that. And they spend all their time just, they got 20, 30 years to life, and the guards are their enemies. In a camp, so Troy, in a camp, federal prison camp where I'm from without fences, I try to be friends with you guys. I mean, I know we can't be friends. I get that. But man to man, respect to respect, as friendly as we are allowed to be. You know what I mean? We gotta be there together. And the correctional officers at a camp, they don't have to fear for their life. So they'll joke around with us. They'll get to know us to a point, because they got that line. But they give you the opportunity to treat them back with respect. If you want to be an asshole or dick or something, sure, you're gonna get. You want penitentiary treatment, they'll give it to you. But for the most part, I have nothing but respect for you guys. You got to do your job. I know you got to do those shakedowns and you got to come through and search your lockers because you get orders from above. And that's when everybody hates you. I get that. But the rest of the week, you guys are real, you're up and up guys. I know you got to do your job, man. So I got nothing but respect for you. Let's see here. Congrats on the job, son. So I got a guy named I got a CoreLinks invitation today. So when you guys if you're going to federal prison, there's an email system called TrueLinks. That you TrueLinks is like a computer terminal that the prison lets you use to do emails. And when and then it's encrypted and sent through a third party to like my Gmail, and that comes through a company called CoreLinks. Now, why is there TrueLinks on the inside and CoreLinks on the outside? I don't know why. It should be one company, but apparently it's not. I guess two people want to get their hands in the pie. I'll take the emails that come to the prison, and I'll take the emails that go to the outside. TrueLinks and CoreLinks. So when you get to prison and you have your contact list, like I tell you to bring, of all your friends and family that you want to email, the first thing you got to do is shoot out an email to somebody and request that they will accept you. So I got a CoreLinks request from Thomas Clinton today. And he was doing, I was looking up here, I think he has to do 24 months. And, I can't remember where he went. I know he was waiting for his designation paper, and it didn't come, but he got 24 months to do, and he sent me the invitation. So I wrote him a letter saying, let me know what it's like there, was first day, but I know that he just turned himself in 3 days ago, so he's already got access to email, and I got the CoreLinks invitation yesterday, so the next day he was able to email out. Jonathan emails me all the time on CoreLinks. He's in Devon's, Massachusetts camp, and he got a year and a day, guys. He wrote me a couple weeks ago that originally he was going to get 2 months good time for the year and the day, and then 1 month halfway house. So he was going to do 9 months out of the year and the day. Now he's only going to do 7 months. They're going to release him 5 months early. He said because of good behavior. So he says good behavior. His case manager gave him 3 months halfway house instead of the 1 month. I don't know if they're just spring cleaning out there, if it really was good behavior. Because I asked him for some details. What do you mean good behavior? He didn't really give me a good answer back. He came back with, can you find me an apartment for when I get out? And I told him, I can't have an apartment on hold for you. I mean, I don't have that kind of power. But we get these hopes where we're in prison, we're getting close to the door. We want somebody, can you find me a place and tell them to hold it? And as soon as I get out of prison, I'll go rent it. I'll be there. I can't really do that for you guys. I can't do that for myself. Nobody will rent to me, let alone, I mean, but I get it. I know what he's going through. He's so happy that he's getting out. He's trying to line all this stuff up. And while you're in there, when you get your out date, try to line stuff up. If you can have a job waiting for you when you get out, man, that's so much worth it. So much worth it. Let's see what we got going here. All righty. I got 10 people watching. Great, guys. And there's two thumb up likes and 10 people watching. So 8 people out there. If you could just hit that like button, I'd like it. I'd appreciate it. So I'm waiting for some questions, guys. I know a lot of you guys watch my channel because you're facing federal prison time. You can't find much out there about federal prisons. You can find stuff on the USPs, the penitentiaries, the Supermax, but since you're out on pretrial, that you're going to a low security of some kind because you're out on some kind of a bond, and maybe you've been on pretrial for a year, 2 years, or 6 months, but everything's dragging on. You're in different stages, ready to take a plea deal, not take a plea deal. What is a plea deal? Sentence guiding signs, offense level, sentencing level. What does all this stuff mean? PSR, PSI. What is all the, allegation, personal narrative letter, character reference letter, sentencing? I don't know. What does all that stuff mean? Conspiracy. Right? They come at you with 20 years, and your lawyer says, I'll try to get your probation. 2 years goes by, nobody thinks you're going to prison. Even after that first year on pretrial, yeah, you've been out for a year. You know, you get probation. Don't worry about it. They don't let you run around the streets for year after year. Yeah, you got a court appointment. You have to see the judge once a year. You're practically on probation now. All they're going to make you do is probation. No, you're going to prison, and nobody understands. I get it, guys. And it's hard to find information on how to get through all this and all those hundreds of questions that go through your mind. So I try to make videos and these live shows and help you guys through it. And I know other people are just maybe fascinated with the whole thing and thought they don't have to go to prison, but what if I did? You can watch my channel, you can watch my viewers here, and you can listen to us discuss what it's like facing prison when you got to go to prison. For one, when you're out in the free world and you got to go to prison, most people don't really believe you got to go to prison. They don't think that the government lets you run around for 2 or 3 or 5 years knowing you're going to prison. That doesn't make it doesn't. Don't they lock you up in county jail? They don't let you run around for 2 years, 3 years, and then send you to prison. Yes, they do. It's called a federal bond, and most of us don't have to put up any money. Although, if you're high risk, there are a few guys that got to put up $100,000 or something. Just talk to a guy. He's got some gun charges and stuff like that, and he's got the ankle bracelet. He had to put up money for a state bond. Now he's going for his federal bond hearing, and I told him, so if the state's letting you out, the feds are probably going to give you the bond. But I said if they don't, ask them, can I go home with an ankle bracelet? If they say no, ask them, can I go spend my pre-sentence time in a halfway house instead of being locked up in the county jail detention federal section of it? If they still say no, ask them if I could do a residential drug program because he had a drug and alcohol problem. And if they still say no to that, then they're going to lock you up. But I said you got those 4 options to ask for. All of that is better than being locked up in a county jail or a federal county detention center while you're awaiting sentencing. So, and these are the things we go through, guys. So when I was in the halfway house, there was guys in there that were on pretrial at the halfway house. It's like, God, so you're at the halfway house here, and you're going to stay here for a year, 2 years, 3 years at the halfway house. Then you're going to go to prison. Then you can come back to the halfway house, and then you're going to go on 3 to 5 years probation. I still got a year and a half probation left. This shit started 8 years ago, man. It's a 10-year sentence. It's just been 10 years of hell. Pre-trial was worse than prison. That's all I can tell you. Who's on here now? We got Matthew. Matthew, what's up? Was looking at BOP statistics. The majority of federal inmates are drug offenses, and most are in a low. True, most are drug offenses. Not, the white-collar world, those doctors, lawyers, stockbrokers, maybe 20% in the camp, maybe. Yeah, a lot of drug dealers. Larry's in the house. I go in Tuesday. Larry's going in Tuesday, guys. Check out his channel, Grown Little Boy Show. Very entertaining channel. It's not a prison channel, guys, but it's a lot of fun. Check out Larry. Larry's got a great personality, especially for a guy that's got to go to prison on Tuesday. Man. Vince, what's going on? Keep your head up, Little Grown Boy Show. You got this. Larry says, thanks, bro. I think I'm ready. You think you're ready, Larry? You're never ready, but you're ready. I know. We got Slime Bossy, something. Good luck, little boy. How much time are you facing? Matthew says, where are you going, Larry? Tell him all about it, Larry. He's got 18 months. Larry says, thanks, Sean. Ready as I ever be. It's going to Mendota. It's sending Larry to the middle of Fresno. Yeah, Larry, I hope they don't give you a job picking tomatoes and lettuce and all that. It's 115 degrees in Fresno. So, Larry, the first thing you need to do when you get there is ask around, find your own job. You go to the kitchen. Are you guys hiring? I'll wash dishes. I'll do anything. I don't want to be out in that field picking lettuce. You don't, man. I heard they pay you pretty good for that, but, whoo, man. You don't want that job, man. It's not in this hot weather, man. Let's see. Larry says, Mendota. That's right. Yeah, so Larry, try to find, unless you got a medical excuse, tell them you're crazy. You can get out of work if you got a medical excuse. You know, these guys come in, my back, man, I can't work. Right. And, you know, sometimes the doctor, a back pain is the hardest thing for a doctor to prove that you are lying about. So, I mean, if you can fake it the whole time, guys come up with, man, they go get doctors to fill out papers before they get to prison. They hire, it's funny, these white collar guys. So they'll spend $10,000 on Justin Take Your Money Pepperny, right? And then they'll go hire some doctor to falsify medical documents that they can't work because they have a back injury or a knee or lung or something, some kind of, they're already committing fraud, lying to a doctor to get him to fill out paperwork. So when they get there, they've got it all set up so when they get to prison, they don't have to work. You know, they just never learn their fucking lesson, man. Never learn their lesson. You know, get a job, motherfucker, when you're in prison. A job passes the time, man. If you want, you can get a 1 hour job. Clean the bathrooms for an hour a day. So Larry, if you want to do that, you know, that's fine. You need to ask the counselor, the case manager, you know, is there an opening as an orderly? I'll clean. They have guys that clean the chapel. They clean the bathrooms in the hallways. You guys cleans them. There's outside bathrooms in the rec. There's a medical orderly. There's the visitor room. There's all kinds of little orderly jobs. They're an hour or two a day. So if you want an easy way out, get an orderly job. Orderly, I mean, you're basically your janitor. You're going to clean bathrooms, sweep them off the floor, and go home. So there's easy jobs. But at least get one. Time passes, man. Larry's got a lot to say. Ready as I am, and do to hell no, I'm taking that job. He says, nope, not doing that either. Vince says, Larry, document your journey. People respect you and would listen to your advice and journey. Thank you, Vince. Yes, Larry. Larry, should I put up the video that we got on hold? Do I wait till the day you go in? I can put it up now. I can just push that button, click it from private to public. It's sitting there. Larry, you tell me what to do with that video. So me and Larry, we did a little video about Larry going to do this time. And we got it on hold because Larry's got his reasons why. And if he wants to tell you, he will tell you. Larry, let me know when you want me to switch from private to public. That video come up like that. It's ready to go. Let me know, Larry. Alan says, hey, Sean, waving hi from Cincinnati. WKRP in Cincinnati. Remember that show? Anybody? All right. Put the video out. All right. I'm putting the video out. I will put that out. It would be out in, like, I don't know if I can do it while I'm on my YouTube studio, but as soon as, because then it might take the channel away. But if split second after, I'll put it on there. Matthew says, Sean, I follow Larry Lawton and watch all his videos, but I really enjoy your videos. You are real and educational. Keep up the good work. You're doing a lot good for people. Thank you, Matthew. I watch a lot of Larry Lawton too, and I send him at least 10 little, in the comments, and at least 10, and he never writes me back. He must have people that he hires to read these, because he's got like 1 million subscribers, and I watch Larry Lawton. But, whenever he talks about a camp, so Matthew, whenever Larry talks about a camp, he usually gets it wrong. And then I'll send him a thing. No, that's not how it is at a camp. He says most people at camp only do 3 months, 6 months. Not true. 5 years is the average. I get it. He's never been. I'll say things about the penitentiaries. I've never been there. I don't really know. Kind of what I hear there and I hear there. So I'm sure I get it wrong. So I'm not like putting Larry down. But until you've done time at a prison camp, you don't know what goes on at a prison camp. You really don't. You got your, and Larry went to Atlanta Penitentiary, USP Atlanta. He started there. I got a guest calling in. So I got a guest calling in, putting him on speaker. Mr. Jason B. I won't say your last name because I did time with this guy. Say hello, Jason.
Hello, everyone.
Let me put you on speaker. So I told him if he wanted to call, So this is a guy I did time with, right, Jason? Florence, Colorado. Let me see if let me say a few words, and I'm going to ask people if they can hear you.
We were bunkmates for a little while. Sean and I were.
What kind of mates?
Bunkmates.
Bunkmates. Oh yeah, we did share the cubicle. That's right. Yeah. So tell everybody what you think. Let me ask you this, because my channel is called Club Fed. Does Club Fed exist?
Not really. Not anymore. What happened was in the late 90s, someone complained to their congressman that people could get college educations in prison. And so basically, the real true Club Fed from the 80s and 90s kind of dried up right there. It's part of the Sentencing Reform Act that Bill Clinton did. And so camps are very low-key. They're very easygoing. I mean, there was very little problems there while we were there. I mean, yeah, a little bit of stuff, but nothing major.
People always ask me, like, your first day there. What was your first day when you got to Florence? Do you remember? Like in a 2-minute version of your first day.
Oh, wow. A lot of waiting around and,
what about the inmates and the staff and danger? And did you have to join a gang or anything?
No, absolutely not. Really, I remember Chad approaching me and asking me if I needed coffee or anything.
So what did you think? Was he trying to make you his bitch, or was he just being nice and offering you coffee?
Yeah, he was trying to direct me to the store guy.
Okay, he's trying to get a customer for the guy to store. So I don't think people here know what a store guy is. You want to tell the viewers what a store guy is?
Okay. Every housing unit is going to have at least one store guy.
You hear this, Larry? Larry's going in 4 days. So, and Larry's going to be going to the store. So I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jason. Go ahead and tell him what the store guy is again.
Well, the store guy is someone who's going to keep, popular items in their locker, chips, sodas, snacks, things like that. And so basically, if you need something for whatever reason, you go to the store guy, you get it from him on credit, and then when you go to commissary, you pay him back, but he charges you 30%.
Yeah, it's 30. So 30%. So Larry, you can buy anything you want, any time of the day or night from the store guy. And there's more than one. On credit, it's 30%. Now, Jason, if you want something a little extra that's really not on commissary, does the store guy have that for you too?
It's possible, yes.
Okay. I just,
Tobacco comes to mind.
All right, you're ready. So, tell me, is it dangerous at a camp?
Okay. By and large, no, but yes. I mean, if you're really crazy and get into stupid things, and
like gambling, snitching on cell phones, stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was another Sean in our building who.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Who got beaten down pretty bad for running his mouth.
Yeah, I remember him.
And also,
he had a mouth, man. So you guys go in there with it. If you guys go in there with an attitude, and let's say you've got one of those personalities that somehow every time you go to a bar, somebody wants to fight you there, and you still haven't figured out why. You need to take a look in the mirror, because it's going to happen at a camp too. some of you people just don't, right, Jason?
Oh yeah. And then there was another time where can't remember what kicked it off, but there were probably 50 or 60 guys divided into two groups, both gangs that were almost ready to have a little mini riot there. So that happened one night.
I remember that. So I've never seen. There's really. Would you say there's gangs and cars at a camp? I mean, there is, but there is and there isn't. I mean, that's my answer. But I always tell people you don't have to join a gang. You don't have to worry about being part of a car at a camp. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean those things exist. Really, I don't know why. I mean, my feeling on prison politics at a camp is anybody engaging in it is kind of ridiculous, because either you went straight to a camp, which means you've never been in an environment with the prison politics, or the other possibility is, like myself, you started out at a higher custody level and worked your way down.
I didn't know you started at a higher level. What did you start at? A low or a medium?
I started at a low. At Elkton, Ohio.
Elkton, Ohio.
Yes.
Do we have any questions about a low out there, guys? Go on, Jason.
The fact is, if you work your way from a low down to a camp, that means that you walk the yard with 500 to 1,000 child molesters.
Yes,
and you didn't beat the hell out of any single one of them.
You let them all live. Is there that? You guys hear that? Jason saying 500 to 1,000 child molesters at a low. I've heard it's like 70%. Is that true, Jason?
The low that I was at was about a 2,000 man compound, and the estimates were that it ran about 65% child molesters.
65% child molesters out of 2,000. And they're like a protected species. You can't even call them what they are, right? To their face, or what?
Right.
You get punished, not them, right?
Oh yeah. I got called to the lieutenant's office 2 different times just for speaking forcefully toward child molesters, chomos.
Wow, that's unreal, man. That's unreal.
I never got written up. I never did any time in the shoe for it or anything, but I did get a stern talking to by the lieutenant.
So how much time did you do altogether?
About 6.5 years.
6.5 years. So why did you start off at a low? Why didn't you go straight to a camp?
Because I had an outstanding warrant out of Texas.
Okay, I tell guys that so that's called a detainer, or outstanding warrant. Right. And you got that straightened out while you were at the low?
Yes, I took care of it through the mail, got the case dropped, and okay, anytime that you are in a federal facility, you fall under the Interstate Agreement on Detainers Act. And basically what that means is you have a detainer anywhere, even if it's in the same state where you're in prison, you can demand a fast and speedy trial on that detainer. And the fact is, the feds won't let you go to court for it. So, 6 months after you make the motion for a fast and speedy trial, the state or the other jurisdiction has to drop the case. They have to just let it go. And so basically I did that, and once I got that taken care of and that state warrant was dropped, I was able to go to the camp.
Okay, I have a guy called me not 2 weeks ago, and he can't go. He wondered why he can't go to a camp. They're making him go to a low, and then he told me he had some kind of state warrant. I told him that's probably why he only had 2 weeks left to self surrender. I go, I don't know if you can pull it off in the next 2 weeks, but it's I told him as soon as you get that taken care of, how long does it take till they send you? So when you get it taken care of, how long does how long does it take for them to actually say, "Hey, you're going to a camp now"? You know how slow the feds are.
I got my state warrant was dropped in August of 2017. I actually got notification that it had been dropped in late September, early October. I immediately went to my case manager, requested to get moved to a camp, had to get everything verified and
Hey, Bruno.
everything. And so finally she put me in for a camp in January of 2018.
Wow.
I actually left from Elkton in March of 2018. I spent a month at the transfer center in Oklahoma City, and then I actually made it to Florence and right around the middle of April.
So it takes a while. Jason, I don't mean to change the subject, but I got a guy named Bruno on here. He's self-surrendering this Monday to Florence. And you know all the names of people in Florence. So, Bruno, I'm on the phone with Jason. He's a good friend of mine. We did time together there. And, all that, lived in the same range and stuff. So, Bruno, so what do you got? Any advice for Bruno? He's going to Florence on Monday, Jason. Who can he look for? Who can he look up? And they want to know, Jason, they want to know what you did time for. I just said fraud. We'll leave it at that, right?
Yeah, conspiracy to commit wire and mail fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering.
Yeah, you guys are gonna get that answer all day long if you ask people what they're in here for. Conspiracy to commit fraud. Now shut the fuck up. Get out of the way. Right? Pretty much that's the answer you're gonna get. But anyways, you got some advice from Bruno. He's turning himself in Monday to Florence, Jason.
What, like inmates there?
Yeah, who can he say hi? Who's still there? What staff members are friendlies? Who's the enemies? Who's still there that you remember? What should he do on his first day in Florence?
Stay out of the range 8 bathroom.
Stay out of the range 8 bathroom? Why? Is that the smoking bathroom?
Yeah, that's the smoking bathroom.
Oh, man. I never knew the number. I just went there.
Let's see. If you've got someone to send you magazines or anything like that, or set up your own subscription to magazines ahead of time, because reading material is kind of hard to come by there. What else, Florence?
I think they know all that stuff, but who's still there that we know? Who can he go up to? Who can he go up to and say, Sean and Jason told me to say hello, check in with you?
Shaggy.
Shaggy.
Yeah, his actual name is Robert Nissan. That's Niss.
You hear that, Bruno? Look for Shaggy, Robert Neeson.
But he goes by Shaggy. He used to be. We shared a cubicle up until the day that I left. He's super cool, laid back guy. Other than that, I mean, I don't know, Sean. I've been gone for a year and a half.
I know, but you used to know. You know, McAvoy was the case manager. Who was the nice case manager? The lady over at Summit, remember? She was the real nice one that would get people 12 months halfway house time. Remember?
Miss Bond?
Was it Miss Vaughn? There was three of them. There was McAvoy, and then there was, I don't know, the nice lady. The nice.
Bond was the one with the long dark hair.
Yeah, I think it was Miss Baum. She was the real nice. She'd get you 12 months halfway house time. And she'd tell you to close the door when you know, like she'd talk to you in private. She was nice.
Yeah, my favorite staff member that I got along with was Miss Leonard.
Oh yeah, Miss Leonard from RDAP. Mr. Wells.
Yeah, Wells is real cool.
Yeah, look for Mr. Wells and Miss Leonard, Bruno. They're in RDAP. That they're in the Teller building. And who runs the Chow Hall? You don't know, huh? You don't remember, huh? Because
I mean, that changes every 3 months.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
When I left, it was Versa.
All right. Well, any last words? I got to let you go finish the show, but you got any last words for my viewers out there? Larry is going on Tuesdays, turn himself into Mendota. It's a camp in the middle of Fresno. Got some words for Larry?
Be glad you're going to the camp and not the medium at Mendota.
All right. You hear that, Larry?
That medium is, I don't know, from what I heard when I was there, the Mendota medium is crazy. Some people from that medium ended up at the low where I was. If you're going to the camp at Mendota, you're going to spend a lot of time serving food to people on lockdown.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've told these guys about lockdown. I'll tell them about it again. I don't know if these guys that are on here now know about lockdown. And I'm not talking lockdown at the camp. Because when the USP goes on lockdown, who suffers, Jason?
Or the media.
Yeah. And when they go on lockdown, who suffers?
The inmates at the camp.
The inmates at the camp. And I'll tell you guys why in a minute.
Have to go and serve their food and empty their trash and everything else.
Do their laundry. God, I mean, come on. Yeah. All right, Jason, I appreciate you calling, man. And one day you'll come on the show live. Maybe we put a little blur thing over your eyes. Well, you know what I mean? Like Nightline or something does. You can wear a mask now. I've heard there's people wearing masks in the world right now. Have you heard about that?
Yes, actually, I haven't heard of that.
Before I went to prison, Jason, I'm going to close with this. If I walked into a bank with a mask on, okay, they would hit the button and security would come and they would hold me there until the police come. Now, if I walk into a bank without a mask on, they hit the button and the security comes and calls the police. The world has really changed.
Yes. It's been going on for a while. So things have gone crazy.
All right.
Well, I'll let you get back to your show. It's good talking to you, Sean.
All right, Jason. Take care.
All right, bye.
All right, guys. So that was my old friend from Florence, Colorado, guys, and he says that he has ripped off so many people that he doesn't want to show his face on my channel. He goes, "I don't need new charges, man." So yeah, he was he did scams and cons, and he used to do those phone scams and call people up, and these guys, when you get the call from not the IRS, but you got, I don't know, he did those calls where you call, he stole old people's money and conned them out, and he's sorry he did it now, and he got 6.5 years for it, but he says they didn't, there's still more charges that they didn't find. He's worried about, getting a whole new case. So he doesn't want to come on my show if somebody recognizes him. And I can respect that. So let me catch up here on all these questions, guys. Where was I with Larry? I don't know if Larry left the room or not, but Grown Little Boy Show, go check out Larry's channel. He's only got a few days left before he goes to prison. He's got an entertainment YouTube channel. Larry plays music. Larry sits in his chair and he spins around. He's got videos playing in the back, and then he'll stop and he'll talk politics and he'll talk about his case. And I don't know. Larry's got his thing going. He's sticking up for his people out there. You know what I mean? So more power to you, Larry. And I know he was worried about going into prison, and I've been talking to him a lot. And Larry sent me all kinds of like tripods and microphones. He sent me a camera, all the stuff he's not using now. And I hooked up the microphone. I used the camera. I shot a video with it. God bless you, Larry. Guys, Larry sent me, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars worth of video equipment. God bless you, Larry. Larry did this for me, guys. So you got to check out his channel, Grown Little Boy Show. So Larry, God bless you, Larry. He's got it on his YouTube where when he goes into prison, you can schedule your videos to be released day by day by day by day by day. So Larry says he's got a whole bunch of them lined up. When they get done with this show, I'm gonna make a premiere of his video. It's already on hold. I got it set on private. It's going to public. You gotta watch the video between me and Larry. It'll be available 2 and 2 right after this video. How's it saying? Chuck Woolery says, we're back in 2 and 2. You can guess my age. Who is Chuck Woolery? Do you guys even know? That's a trivia question. So let's see. Where am I at? Bruno's back in the room. What's up, Sean? It's Bruno. Let me catch up. Larry is calling the show. Larry, I was just telling the world about you, so I'll put you on speaker. I got another guest, guys.
I am watching. Hey, everybody in the chat, how you doing?
That's Larry, guys. This is the man. The grown little boy is finally growing up and going to big boy prison. No.
Well, let me tell you something crazy real quick. So, my co-defendant, and we not on good terms. We actually hate each other, but
that happens.
He's supposed to turn himself in on the fence. I'm keeping up with it on pace. I'm like, okay, but I don't know where he's supposed to go because I don't talk to him. So I'm like, okay, he got to turn himself in, and I was curious, so I was looking around. I was like, let me see where he's going, because I know he got additional stuff going on in other districts, so I knew he was going to go into a camp. Because I remember you told me you can't go to a camp if you got pending charges or other things, right?
Right, any detainers, anything in another state or whatever. Yeah.
So he was supposed to turn himself in, but Thursday came and left. It came and went, and it did pop on the BOP website. And I wasn't on PACER at the time because I had closed out my bill.
Right.
I'm getting ready to go in, so I was like, dang! I tried to apply for PACER, and they was like, well, you got to wait 10 days to get this code. And I was like, dang! So I don't know where he didn't turn himself in because the BOP website still said unknown. So some told me, some was like,
it said unknown. It didn't say not in custody. It said unknown.
It said unknown. It said unknown, and then under that it said not in custody. So some told me to Google his name. I Googled his name, and he was supposed to turn himself in on Thursday, and they picked him up on Wednesday for another $1 million federal case, $1 million in PPP fraud.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Another case. Oh, wow.
A whole another case, federal. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's not good for anybody. I mean, normally, the one case satisfies them. They're double dipping on him, man. Damn.
Well, no, this is the thing. When I did get PACER, because I had to get it in because I wanted to actually see what happened, I looked and seen that he did these things while we were on bond.
Oh, yeah.
Went and got the money while we was on bond.
Yeah, they don't like if you keep doing, like, I was filing these false tax returns, and they kept telling me, you better not still be doing it because we're coming after you again if you are. And Of course, I didn't do it, world. But yeah, you can't be if you keep committing the crime while you're indicted. Yeah, that could happen. That's what he sounds like. What he did.
Yeah, that was crazy. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That was crazy. I thought to call you and tell you, but I don't know, man. I go in Tuesday. I'm going over there tomorrow. Rented a house, Airbnb, so I'm just gonna hang out by the pool with my wife, and tomorrow my birthday.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Better you spend it out here in the free world.
Yeah, go in there and just do what I gotta do. I learned something else to do today about the Storeman. So
yeah, the Storeman could be your good friend. They charge 30%. It's not a whole lot, really. I mean, if you spend $10, you got to give them $13. On payday. Yeah, it could be a lot worse than that. You're in Vegas. You know how that 30% ain't nothing in Vegas.
damn sure.
Yeah.
No.
And if you need to borrow a phone, the Storeman got the phone. $5 here, bring it back in 20 minutes. You need a little, a little hen dog. Storeman got you covered. You need a Newport. You need a Newport. The Storeman got you covered.
Storeman. See, you just told me something. I'm trying to stay away from that damn.
I know. I shouldn't be saying this on YouTube. They don't. You know what? I don't know if anybody knows what a hen dog is. I know you know, but But see, I grew up in a bad neighborhood, so I know what hen dog is. I ain't gonna tell them what hen dog is.
Hen dog. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Man, it's just it's beginning to get surreal. One second, I'm on the phone.
Vince says happy birthday, Larry. I just said you're watching anyways.
Thanks, Vince. I'm sorry about that. My kids. It's Friday.
That's all right, man. Hey, enjoy those kids, man. Love them right now, man. And tell them daddy's just taking a little vacation. He's coming right back. You're gonna love those kids a lot more now for the rest of your life. You know what this is gonna do to you, Larry? This is gonna make you, when you miss your kids and you finally get home back to them, you're gonna be like 10 times the father you used to be. That's one good thing that could come out of this. Your children, I mean, first you got to get through the prison time, but when you get out and you become that father, that the children are just, I mean, Larry, you're going to be like super dad.
Yeah, I still we still ain't figured out what to tell them yet. I don't really want to lie to them, but it seems like that's the best option.
I mean, you got to go work for the government right now, and they're going to send you away to a fire camp. I mean, maybe not, but you are going to go work for the government, washing dishes in the kitchen. But you got to go serve your time for your country. I mean, I don't know how old they are. If they're 8 years old or up, I would just tell them the truth. You know what I mean? If they're 5 years old, they might not need to know. How old are you? How old are your kids?
5 and 9.
See, if you tell the 9-year-old the truth and you lie to the 5-year-old, you know how they talk.
Man,
maybe just tell them the truth, Larry. So they might, 5-year-olds got Facebook pages now, so
we did a tester, and my wife told my son, she told him, and he was okay with her. He was like, okay, yeah. But then he left out the room and came downstairs and was crying. She said, you gotta go somewhere. Like,
Matthew says,
he's not here listening. He's listening right now.
Yeah.
So
Matthew says, just say you made a mistake and you are owning up to it. No shame in that.
You know what these fans got a way of doing? They got a way of making you really, really, really wish you hadn't did what you did.
Yeah, they do. See, and that's the whole point. I mean, that's their whole point. They want you to actually learn a lesson from this. They want the punishment to stick in your, that's the punishment,
Yeah, they stretched it out a long
Yeah.
time. Like, a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And when you get to this point, like, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, I would have went last week if they would have told me. You know, I'm ready to, let's get it on. Let's get it over. So.
You know what I think pre-trials like? You ever been in like high school and let's say at second period you get into a beef with one of your classmates and he says, I call you down. You better be at the lower field at 3:00 today. You better be there. And then you spend the whole day watching that clock till 3:00 comes. And that clock moves so slow. You know what I mean? It takes, it's the slowest clock in the world in every class. It's lunchtime. It's fourth period. It's fifth period. You're staring at that clock. That's pre-trial.
That's a perfect example. And you can't start nothing. You can't do nothing.
And you don't know what's going to happen. Is he really going to show up? Am I going to win the fight? Is he going to win the fight? What if he backs down? Do I back down? You don't know, but you're staring at that clock.
Then you trial, then they moving your sentencing date back. You don't know. You can't get no clear answers out of your lawyers because they don't know.
Yeah.
They can request whatever they want to request. The prosecution can sit up there and bash you to death. The judge is gonna do what the judge wants to do. You know? And what I've seen is that you can take it as a joke and not be prepared. I don't have no doubt. If I had been a little bit more creative and a little bit more prepared, I don't think I'd be going to jail right now. But I did a lot, and I was significantly ready, and I got a huge reduction for being, ready. I had a plan. And don't sit back at sentencing and let your lawyer do all the talking. Get in there. The judge gonna allow you to talk. When the judge allow you to talk, you're talking just like you're talking to the person. They got your life in your hand. Don't let it be scripted. Like I tell people, like my lawyer was like, well, make sure you got stuff written down. You read this, like take the paper, ball it up, speak from your heart. The judge is gonna let you know, like I believe you, this and that. I'm like, I like it. You're good. I'm good. Yeah. That's my advice of what I see.
That's good advice, Larry.
And do not hire a lawyer. If you're gonna take a plea, now if you go into trial, then you get a paid attorney. You go spend the $25,000.
If you're going to trial, yeah, you better check out those Vegas odds before you.
Yeah, serious. If you're not going to trial, you're not paid for an attorney. If you're just throwing money up in the air. You might as well just, call me and cash out us to $25,000 to us. Channel, people talking about the actual situation. Because that lawyer, $25,000, he ain't gonna be able to do nothing more than another lawyer because of your sentencing guidelines. I wouldn't pay it.
Yeah, the federal lawyers, they don't have much power. They really don't. They don't wheel and deal like the state lawyers do.
No, they don't. Like my lawyer was just as he didn't know what was going on. The day of my sentencing, he couldn't give me no guarantees. He showed me in the sentencing memo what he asked for, and he wrote a thing, but he didn't know. And the judge, I think that my judge liked. You know what I mean? I think he liked me enough to give me probation, but I think he liked me. And it's a guy that you gave my information, the guy from Florida I talked to, the one that's going to Coleman, Florida.
Right.
That request to go to Coleman, he was real creative with that video, and I think that video helped him out a whole lot. The video he made with his kids.
Yeah.
But
Fahad's on here. Fahad says, absolutely, I paid $50K for a former U.S. attorney and got guideline sentencing plea deal. Yep, $50K. Hey, we got Fed Phoenix on here. This lady's got her own YouTube channel now too. Support Fed Phoenix. We got a woman with a federal prison camp channel now. So sorry, Larry, I got to get some shout outs here.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna go and follow her channel. I'm gonna shout out and tell my people to go over there. Hey,
Okay.
Phoenix Rock, thank you very much. Everybody that told me happy birthday, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, happy birthday, Larry, man. And you know, I'm going to be talking to you throughout your whole time there. And if you want me to read some statements online for you and all that, you're not going to disappear from the world.
I'm gonna be sending them to you. I actually put that list together somewhat of the emails and different things. I'm gonna be doing 5 or 6 shows before Tuesday to show people how to, basically put money on Western Union and stuff like that. I don't know. And then I already got a bunch of people that. Is it good for them to get the? I don't think they can get the CORRESPONDENCE app now. I think I have.
Yeah, you can get it now. It's $6. Go to Google Play. It's $6. Yeah, get it now. Why not? Get it now. Because if they say, yeah, once you go in, I'll get it. No, have them do it now. You know how people are. Then they'll never get around to it.
Right. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna set all that different kind of stuff up. But I don't know. Like if I haven't found, I think I found your channel like right on time. But if I had found your channel earlier,
yeah,
there's no doubt I would have got probation. It's just no doubt.
Well, I ain't no lawyer, man. But
no, serious. I would have went there community service. I'd have had videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it probably would have been fireworks at my court date if I had known.
Salvation Army in Las Vegas. I was homeless in Vegas once, and they helped me out. So, yeah, if you live in Vegas, go volunteer for Salvation Army, man.
Salvation
Army, man. All right, Larry.
Private Facebook page. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you, Fed Phoenix. I never thought of that.
Yeah, talk to Fed Phoenix. You guys, hook up, man. I like the way they're all talking to each other on here. I love this platform for people. I mean, maybe I should get one of them Facebook bulletin boards for people. I look into that. What are they called, guys? You know what they're called. In the old days, it was called a bulletin board. They call it something else now. Somebody help me out here. Discussion board, discussion room. What's it called? You guys know.
Right. No, you got in your community page, your community chat.
Community page. Discord, something like that. Discord, just something.
Discord. You know what? I don't know how to use it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, some of these other guys with their channels got that. I got so much to learn, guys. But I'm willing to learn. So that's the thing. Never stop being willing to. Once you think you know it all, you might as well just go to prison anyways.
Okay. All right, Sean. I'm gonna get off here, but tell Fed Phoenix I'm gonna not only shout out my channel, I'm gonna subscribe, send a bunch of people over there. They're gonna go check it out.
All right.
All right. And then call me, put the video out, and let's try to get another one done before I go in here.
And yeah, I'm working now. I'm free on Saturday and I'm free on Monday. So one of them 2 days.
I'm probably gonna be kind of drunk. Monday will be good because I'll actually be over there where the prison is, and I'll be in the room, and we can really talk about the final hours.
The final hours. I love it. Yeah, the final countdown. Yeah. All right.
So, yeah, man. Thank everybody in the chat. Donate to Sean's channel. He does a lot of good work. I'm gonna be emailing you, giving you statements, telling you about what I'm going through, what the procedures is. If anything's changed, stuff like that, I'll be letting you know.
All right, Larry. God bless you, man. You're a good man.
All right, thanks, bro.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. I hope that was okay. I had a couple people call in. Looks like I still got the same people on here. Let me catch up on all your comments here. I see Fed Phoenix has quite a lot, and like Larry said, he's going to be getting a hold of you, Fed Phoenix, and Larry sent me a bunch of video equipment and stuff. And Larry's got subscribers on his channel like you wouldn't believe. Your channel will get bigger. So we'll help you out, Fed Phoenix. Miss Audrey. She says, hi, Sean. Happy birthday, Larry. Thanks, Sean. She says, Larry, create a private Facebook page for friends and family. Okay, yeah. I discussed this at preparing for the prison. Had a lot of good info out there. Vince is waiting on sentencing now. Fahad says, "Hey Fahad, what's going on?" Fed Phoenix says, "I love Sean. Great info and great guy. Thank you, Fed Phoenix." Vince says, "Keep your head up, Fahad. This too shall pass." That's right, Fahad. So I think I talked to most of you guys on the phone, right? All you guys on the chat room. If I haven't talked to you on the phone, please call me and let me know because I'm one of the free. Okay, I guess you could call me a free prison consultant. All the other guys are charge you 10 grand. You can ask these guys, have I ever asked anybody for money? So if you want to donate, that's one thing. But have I ever asked for a $5,000 phone call? I just want to help you guys get through the shit I went through, man. It's my way of giving back to the world. I told the judge that I'm trying to change my life and I want to help other people. Told the judge that I want to help people that went through what I went through, and I'm living up to what I told the judge. So let's see. Matthew says, "Really good stuff, guys." Fed Phoenix, I subscribe. So you're gonna get a lot of subscribers now, Audrey. Fahad says, "My attorney was actually the one who was in charge of vetting the judge during Obama. Supposedly knows all the prosecutors and gotcha." You know, guys, I want to tell you about attorneys and who they know. I have not. Okay, every attorney I've ever heard of is friends with the prosecutor. The DA is his wife's cousin, right? The judge is his third cousin's nephew's wife's neighbor, right? They're always best friends with the DA. They know the process. Oh, they went to college. They went to school with with this judge. They went to school with the judge's wife. Every lawyer uses that line. That's they must teach that in college to tell your clients that oh yeah, my wife's best friends with the DA's wife. I'm the prosecutor is my second cousin. That's all fine and dandy for the attorney, but does that mean I'm getting? That's great that you're best friends with the district attorney. So can I just leave now and write a check and I'm good, right? I mean, that doesn't do me any good. Makes your job, I'm sure, a lot easier. Finding a lawyer that is not best friends with the district attorney and didn't go to college with the prosecutor, it's not whose wife isn't the cousin of the judge. It's the biggest bullshit line. Attorneys, they always say that. Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's see here. Vince says Fahad in the federal system is totally different. Guidelines are guidelines. Should have just gave money to my family and just kept the free defense. Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I know. Unless you go to federal trial, guidelines are what they are. State level, completely different. You got it, Vince. Vince says statute can trump guidelines. Trump. Fed Phoenix. Attorneys always say that mess. My attorney barely answers my calls. Yeah, Fahad, did you pay for yours? I can't remember. The ones you pay for don't like to answer the phone. They don't like, okay, I paid $5,000 for one when I first got it. I didn't even get indicted yet. It's before they froze my bank account. So I went crying to his lawyer because they raided my house, and Robert Bellis. And I went to his office, and he wasn't there, but his daughter was there. And she said, "Well, I can't really answer any of your questions. And I've been an attorney for several years and all this, and but we are really familiar with the federal courthouse in Oakland." And she went on to say how her brother is, best friends with the district attorney and blah blah blah, all this stuff, right? She knew, and the head investigator, the fraud department, is her son's, girlfriend, whatever. She told me this. But she said, "I can't say anything. We have to have a minimum of $5,000 detainer." And I bought it hook, line, and sinker. And I went and got the $5,000 so she could talk to me for 3 minutes and put my little ass at ease. And, and then I started to call her. And I remember I called her the next day and I had some questions. Like, Have you talked to, are they coming back to raid my house? Am I going to get indicted? Well, I don't know anything yet. No news is good news. I called her the next day, and I didn't get an answer. I called her the next day, and she's, you're not going to call me every day. She goes, this isn't going to be one of those relationships. You're not going to call me every day with a question. Like, if I know something, I'll call you. But you don't get to call me every day and ask me this and ask me that and little questions like that. And she told me off. And I was all, fuck. And that was only for $5,000, whatever. I mean, and she's like, you got your 3 minutes for your $5,000. What do I wasn't trying to buy a high price prostitute, but that's how I felt. That's how she made me feel. Like, you got your 3 minutes, for your $5,000. That's how she made me feel. And then from then I went to a public defender. Well, they froze my accounts and I had no more money. But that was my experience as a lawyer. So yeah, let me see here. So where am I at? I'll start at the bottom, work my way up. Vince says, friend was recommended 18 months to plea. His attorney charged him $200K to fight. He lost, got 11 years. If the feds got you, they got you, bro. You could say that again, Vince. Matthew says, really interested in the difference between a low and a camp. Well, Matt, Jason was on the phone with me. You can rerun this video after it airs. Jason started at a low and went to a camp. I can't remember what low he was at now. He just told me. But he said there was 2,000 inmates, and over 1,000 of them were child molesters. So the difference between a low and a camp is child molesters and a fence. And maybe you sleep in a dorm at the low, and at the camp you sleep in little cubicles with a little cement wall between each one. But at camp, at a low, they don't allow child molesters at a camp. So that's the only. I mean, isn't that the only difference that really matters? Unless if you are a child molester and you're watching this show, you need to leave. You need to never unsubscribe, never watch my channel, bye, go away. That's how I feel. And now for something completely different. Let's read the next question. Low versus camp preference is all about how you want to do your time. Matthew says, in a camp you work so time goes faster. No wire or walls. No gun towers. Low security level now. A low, not everyone works. More programming. I understand lows do have more programming for when they're bigger. 1,500, 2,000 inmates. They get more money per inmate. Therefore, they have more classrooms. Therefore, they have more programs. And, I wish a camp was like that. Some camps are small, 100, 200 inmates, and you're lucky if you have 3 classes a week available. I do know that I think every single camp has a music room. One might only have 5 guitars, and one might have 50 guitars. They all have a music room. Let's see here. Fahad says, Fed Phoenix, Chomo's not welcome on my channel either. And I can't, Audrey, I can't really say too much on that subject without YouTube, with the cancel culture or whatever it is, politically correct, because they're protected citizens. And, so I can't really say, but there's some personal reasons why. And I don't want to get into that, but maybe that's why I ended up doing drugs and alcohol and went to prison. Is I had a incident when I was like 5 years old. I could never forgive the person, and I don't want to go there. I think you guys just figured out what I'm talking about. So it hits me real hard, and they need to cut that thing off, cut their fucking dick off. If you ask me, that's the punishment. Anyway, see, I don't want to get started because I don't want YouTube to cut my channel off. But I told you guys how I feel about it, so I'm just glad I didn't have to go to a low. Anyways, let's see. Fahad says, thank you, 100% agree. Child molesters should never be allowed out. Yeah, I know he's right where I'm feeling. Fed Phoenix, the camp I'm hoping for is about 500 inmates. Not on campus with any other type of prison. It's Alderson Women's Federal Prison Camp in the mountains of West Virginia. Yeah, we talked about that. That's where Martha Stewart went. And they used to have the puppy program. You said they don't have that anymore. Do they have the vegetable garden? I saw the Martha Stewart movie, and there's not a lot. I think I even did a video on Alderson. I just did some YouTube. I mean, I did some research on Google. I put together a little review on Alderson. I think that would be a good place for you to go. I think it's a friendly camp. From what I know about it, I haven't heard anything bad about it, so go there. I know what the buildings look like, and they are cubicles, and you want cubicles because some camps do have dorms, and I don't know about the food, or the programs, but we know Martha Stewart made it through there, so go for it. Fed Phoenix has RDAP, but minimum other program. Oh, so RDAP and not a lot. Yeah, a lot of camps don't really have too many programs. Mine only had 4 or 5. We had solar energy, welding, culinary. Oh, see, we had the Supermax, so a lot that they have money. And there's a lot of wellness programs and sports programs and athletic programs that actually count. We had 2 classrooms. We always had 2 classes going every night. One from 6 to 7, and one from 7 to 8. And there was 2 classrooms. So I mean, we had our good share, but it wasn't like a college catalog that you can go choose and pick. Fed Phoenix says Camp Cupcake. I thought Camp Cupcake was Victorville, but I'm still learning about women's prisons. Still have small garden, not a horticulture program. Horticulture, that's what I was looking for. COs get veggies grown, not inmates. Yeah, the COs take that home, huh? See, I don't think the COs are that friendly at Alderson. Well, at least on the Martha Stewart movie, they weren't. But that's Hollywood. Fahad says, hoping for Camp Bastrop, Texas. Texas is gonna be hot. Texas is gonna make you work. And people from Texas are there, Fahad. So think about all that. I know the federal system's supposed to be the same everywhere, but we're talking about Texas, man. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Texas, son. This is the federal government, but this is Texas. So you might want to think about that. If you can request somewhere else, I don't recommend Texas. Because I was in Colorado and a lot of inmates came from Texas. They all told me they requested Colorado because they didn't want to do time in a federal prison in Texas. They were scared of their own state. So, let's see here. Vince says, hi, what are your guidelines? And Fed Phoenix says, COs at Alderson is about a 50-50 mix of decent and a-hole. Okay, 50-50. Vince says, I'm at 94.97 months. 7 to 9 years? Is that right? I think that is. 65. 72 is 6. 84 is 7. Yeah, 7 to 8 years. Fahad says, it's the nicest camp that is close for the family. All right. Just be careful about Texas. I warned you. And I'm not really talking about the camp itself. I'm talking about the inmates that are going to be there. If they're all from Texas. Now, in the federal prison, you get people from all over the world, but wherever the state is, half of it's going to be locals, and the other half's going to be from all over the country and all over the world. And Texas, I want to say Texas convicts, Texas inmates are not always the friendliest. In my experience, they become friendly and they're good people to have as friends. But to make friends with somebody from Texas is not that easy. Live in Dallas. Oh, you live in Dallas. Okay. So you know where I'm coming from, Fahad. You live in Dallas. You already know. All right. I've never been to Texas. I did time with people from Texas, but I've never been to Texas. I will one day. I will travel the country when I get off probation. I might get an RV, travel around, and like Larry Lawton, who's talking about him. He's got an RV. He's traveling around, and he'll stop at a prison and do a video. But he's been traveling around the country in his RV, shooting YouTube videos. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind doing that, at least for a summer. Alrighty. Anybody seen RDAP Dan? Anybody heard from RDAP Dan? If you have, tell him to call me. Tell him we need to know if he's still alive. Fed Phoenix says, I've dreamed of gutting AC. I don't know what that means. Van and making a camper. Oh, okay. You guys ever see that movie, Nomad? It's a good movie. I liked it. About a woman that lives in her van and travels the country. And there's a lot of people doing that. There's a lot of YouTube channels about RV living, living out of RV, living out of your camper, living out of your truck, living out of your van. A lot of older people, 15 over. See, they can't afford a house. They can't afford rent. And so they live out of there, but they camp and they all hook up in different places and they have their campsites. Check out RV Living on YouTube. Just punch that in on YouTube. A lot of good YouTube channels like that. And there's this whole community. They meet up at campgrounds all over the country and they have fun and they party and they find jobs throughout the country and they get by and they help each other out. There's a whole community out there on YouTube. And it got really big from YouTube. Matthew says, can you travel on probation with permission? Yes, I can. I can go anywhere in the country. I got to tell the probation officer why. I can't say, can I? Oh, Vegas will not let you go. If you're on probation, you can have, your probation officer might say you can go, but they have to get it okayed. So if I want to, let's say I want to go to Wisconsin, got a cousin there. I asked my probation officer, can I go to Wisconsin visit my cousin? He goes, yeah, you can go visit your cousin. I'm going to fill out a travel. He's going to give me a travel pass. So when he goes to register my name for Wisconsin, and the computer prints out a travel pass, and he gives it to me, and I go to Wisconsin. If I say, can I go to Vegas? My probation officer might not know this, but Vegas does not allow people on probation to come to their city. They won't give you a travel pass. You can be on probation to go to Vegas, but if Vegas knows you're coming, they don't want you there. So in other words, if my probation officer gets on the computer for a travel pass, I guess he's got to contact the local authorities in Vegas. I've got a felon on probation. Request travel pass. It's going to come back no. Vegas will not let you visit their city while you're on probation. Now, like I said, you can go there without telling them you're on probation, and Vegas won't know you're there. They're not going to run your name, but I don't know if they do motel sweeps in Vegas on people on probation, but you are not welcome in Las Vegas if you're on probation by any city worker, by the police, by probation. Like I said, if they don't know you're there, I get all that. Let's see here. Can you travel? Fed Phoenix. Matthew, the strictness of getting travel papers depends a lot on your PO. It does. You got to have a trust. And if your probation officer so let's say he thinks you're a drug addict and he's just waiting for you to give him a dirty test. Can I have 2 weeks to go to New York? He's going to go, no, because then you can go get high for a week and still pass my drug tests. Or he might say, sure, but you're going to check in with probation over there, and you're going to pee in a bottle for them every day while you're in New York. You might do that. So, it's a trust thing. I know guys, I know a couple guys been able to go to Tijuana on probation. One guy just wanted to go for a vacation. Another guy's kids there, but another guy just wanted to go over there because things are cheaper. He wanted whatever he was buying, but things were cheaper. probation officer, yeah, these are guys that live in San Diego. So it's, 20-minute drive. But yeah, they were allowed to. So it depends on the PO. Any camp near Texas that y'all could suggest? Camp Fast Drop, he says. 1119, 1,119 total inmates, 1,019 inmates at the FCI, 1,001 inmates at the camp. That's a big camp with 1,001 inmates. Or is that 100? 100 inmates. 100 inmates. Guys, it is almost 6:30. I've been talking for an hour and a half. So I'm gonna give it 5 minutes. And I gotta go. Gotta go, guys. I love you guys for watching my videos, and I hope any of these questions helped you. I hope you got something out of this video. I wish I could go do your time for you. No, I don't. But I wish I could do something to help you not get less time. But there's RDAP and things like. But you know what I mean. But man, I'm there for you guys. If you need me, call me. Most of you guys have already talked to me. So I'm legit. I'm genuine. I'm not trying to charge you $5,000. I'm about to sell $2,000 for a 20-minute phone call this Sunday. No, anyway, just playing, guys. Thanks for watching my videos, and just remember passing on to the next guy. So 5 more minutes, couple minutes, 6:30 because I gotta go. Gotta go eat my dinner. And I'm doing an AA meeting at 8 o'clock. I got a busy life. Yeah, I still do the AA, guys. Don't want to go back to prison, so I stay clean and sober. It's the best thing I can do right now. I try not to preach AA to you guys too much. Because you know what? If I drank before I went to prison, I got violated a couple times, but man, that week before I went in, guzzle. So I get it. If you guys are facing time, drink up, drink away. But when you get into prison, check out AA. When you get out of prison, definitely check out AA or NA. Try to stay clean and sober, at least to get off probation. Because I don't want you going back to prison. I'll just leave it at that. Father, just thank you for what you do. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you so much. Subscribe, like the channel, leave me comments after. I think the next day you can leave comments. Matt says, yeah, once again, good live show. Thank you, Matt. You guys have been great. All right.